Hello everybody. You may know that recently Google announced a new version of Android Auto, probably about a month ago. It's just now started rolling out. I got the update today and I'm very excited about it, although to be honest, I haven't actually liked how it looks. So let's take a look at it now and see if it is better or worse than the Android Auto that Android users are familiar with. So right now we're looking at the Kia Stinger standard interface. Any Kia owner will be familiar with this. I've got my phone plugged in, so we'll tap into Android Auto. Now, what it's loaded appears to be what will always be the default screen for me. I've plugged it in a couple of times, and no matter what I've been doing, it loads up Google Maps. So it looks like nav is now the main thing you'll see when you plug in. You can see Spotify controls along the bottom there. I was listening to some music before, so once I plugged in, it realized that that was a current or recent activity, and it's given me the ability to resume my music playing there. Now, Android users will know, obviously, as Android Auto had on the home screen before, some horizontal cards that were stacked in a list, and you could scroll through them and they would show recent events, calendar events, recent messages and phone calls, the weather, all sorts of, in my opinion, very handy notifications would show up there. That's gone. You don't have that screen anymore as a default home screen. This is what you have now. You'll see though that I've got some notifications here, and this is actually a pretty similar display to the previous home screen. Right now, all it's showing is that I had a call from the very important Just Ask Him, Paul Marrick. So I can swipe that away like you could before. And that brings me back to here. We've got the Google Assistant voice activation button there. And this obviously is a home button as well. Again, it's something Android users will be familiar with. So now if I tap on that, instead of the card list that we used to have before, I'll get a more Apple CarPlay-like experience with a list of icons. These are all the apps that I have on my phone that are compatible with Android Auto. So I have more apps than this on my phone. These are the ones that work with Android Auto. All of these ones here with this little Google Assistant icon, that means that I can't actually click through to that and get a screen. Instead, it will tell me about the features of that. So if I click weather, it's just going to tell me the weather.
Currently in Cremorne, it's 11 degrees Celsius.
There you go. So the whole idea here is basically fewer distractions, fewer visual distractions. The same will happen with calendar. Instead of getting a visual list of my events, it will just tell me what I've got coming up, and I presume Google News will read out today's biggest headlines. Playbooks, I guess if I've got any audiobooks in Playbooks, or it may read out my text ebooks. Spotify, YouTube Music, so on and so forth. I can also tap the voice button on the steering wheel. What's the weather?
Currently in Cremorne, it's 11 degrees Celsius.
So I don't really have to touch the screen at all, and that's obviously Google's main goal here, to remove physical distractions. I can also ask it to open Spotify or open pretty much any app that can be opened. So I haven't decided yet whether I prefer this. I really liked the list that we had before, and the feedback that I'm seeing online is that a lot of people are unhappy about this now being a more Apple CarPlay-like experience. But I'll give it some time, get used to it. The idea of removing visual distractions is a good thing in my opinion, and we'll just have to see how it goes. But we've also seen a new update to Apple CarPlay, which you'll have read about on caradvice.com, and I think even though I'm sort of a devout Android user, I kind of like how CarPlay looks now. There you have it. Go check your phone, see if you've got the update. Tell us in the comments below what you think about it, and jump on caradvice.com for the latest news and reviews.